Well, you know, the people in this area came from several foreign countries, the German, Scottish, and Irish, the Welsh and all. But in addition to that, they were pretty independent folks. And it's very difficult to make any definitive statement about how the people lived and what they were like and so forth, because they were so different from one house to another. But having said that, I think if you could roughly divide the people into 2 or 3 different categories. You had the people who, and I guess I would tend to attribute these people to maybe the Germanic folks that were interested in being productive, raising crops, clearing the land, and that's their day and night, 7-day-a-week thought how to do that. And so many families that I knew would never be frivolous to the extent that they would play music or do anything else that was not utilitarian. And then the people next door maybe would be the opposite. And also the people that were ambitious, so many of them, starting in the 1820s and 30s, migrated to Missouri and Kansas and in order to make a living, because but someone has said that the ones that were sort of bordering on the no account ilk were content to sit around the spring and play the fiddle or the banjo, and never had any great desire to become well-to-do, but they really enjoyed life and music. And to that group, it became extremely important. I've said that the 2 things that I most often found in poor mountain homes were guns and musical instruments, and they took pride in both. But of course, we were in a land of where money was almost non-existent, and I've said this, but it really is true that any time a person wanted something, and I can remember some of this, that their first thought was, where or how can I make it? And in contrasted to today, the first thought is, where can I buy it? But if you needed a pair of shoestrings, you know, you would kill a groundhog or a squirrel and tan the hide, and just almost everything. I knew an old gentleman who kept a meticulous record of the things that he bought at the country store, and in the late 1930s and 1940s, his entire grocery bill, grocery being in quotation marks, was $60 for an entire year, and it consisted mainly of coffee, sugar, and salt, and maybe baking powder. So first of all, there would have been no, until Sears came along and the other catalogs, there was no place to buy these instruments.